It's quite unbelievable that there are only 17 black women professors in higher education in the UK out of 19,000 professors generally. And being in such a minority in higher education means that your experiences are what I call being one in a million. And what is it like to just be always commented on, always being asked to perform diversity? What is it like to be asked, are you there just because you're black and female? This makes me angry or upset, and it inspired me to write Decolonizing Education, to see how we can have an education system that doesn't see colour and doesn't see difference, but embraces it so that we can move forward into new ways of thinking. So I just don't want to be an appendage or a prosthetic or a addition to the curriculum, to systems and structures, but I want to be part of it and change the infrastructure. So for example, lots of young people don't apply to certain universities, and this is because they feel that it's not for them. They won't feel comfortable in those places. And feeling comfortable sometimes is the most powerful thing, because you can enter into higher education as a student, but you might not feel that you want to stay there. And sometimes in schools, for example, or not just in universities, there can be bullying. There might be groups of students that clique together, and you don't feel part of it. And that's so much so also for lecturers or teachers. You can feel excluded. And we call this, patterns of exclusion. In order to exclude someone, we no longer have systems of apartheid or Jim Crow as we did in the USA, or rigid physical divisions between ethnic and gender groups. We now have an idea that everyone can come to a university, but at the same time, those patterns of exclusion work internally to the institution. So I call it the politics of containment, where we contain certain groups by watching what they do so that they remain a non-threat. So we talk about those groups as being assimilated so that they're not too different. We don't like people to be too different. And so people do adapt their ways of behaving in order to become part of the main group. And in that way, we don't actually move diversity on.
Hi, my name is Nair Javed, and I am here on behalf of the Canadian Research Institute for the Advancement of Women. And I believe that the education which is given to us in the institutions, other than gender studies and other than some education on critical thinking, is really indoctrinating us to accept the mainstream knowledge without questioning, which distorts the human history, which distorts our understanding of the world, which distorts the whole issue of inequality between women and men, and which distorts our understanding of macroeconomic systems and policies which are creating disparities, which are feminizing poverty, and which are creating poverty in a large number of people. as well as direct the flow towards more rich people in a way that is very problematic.